Hello. And if it's Monday morning, it's time for Bagels and Business for breakfast. I'm Sharon Taylor, founder and CEO of the Business Vision and Development Center. And during the month of September, we are going to focus on funding your business. The number one question people ask me is, Sharon, how can I get some money to fund my business? Well, I'm here to help and give you some options that are available to you. So let's start with this. We're going to be talking about loans. A loan is a loan is a loan. So when getting a business loan, your credit score matters, your debt to credit ratio matters, and your ability to repay the loan matters. So what you do with your personal finances is sometimes what happens with your business finances. So just keep that in mind. Get your credit together, your credit score together, your debt to ratio together, and keep in mind how you're going to build a revenue stream to repay the loan. Now, the first loan I want to talk to you about is the SBA Microloan Program. Now, there are some misconceptions that SBA is the one that loans you the money. That's not true. What SBA does is pair with lenders in the community that give you the loan. So, what that means is, as you look for a loan, a microloan, you go into SBA.gov, they're going to have a list of lenders in your community. You'll look at the list of lenders. It could be Truist, it could be Chase, it could be Bank of America, it could be a multitude of lenders that have been approved by SBA to provide loans for you. So those are the people that you're going to be working with to get this microloan. So that kind of clears it up a little bit. The part that SBA plays is that they've kind of looked at these lenders and vetted them. So, yeah, they're good to go. And they also provide up to 85% payment back on the loan if you should default. So the lenders are more likely than not to loan you the money if you're a good candidate. So let's talk about what a microloan is. So the SBA Microloan Program provides small loans up to $50,000 to help small businesses and certain not-for-profit childcare centers to start up and expand. As a small business owner, depending on where you are in your startup, $50,000 is a good amount to help you get up and running. But remember, it's a loan. You're going to have to pay this $50,000 back. So you have to consider your revenue stream. I want you to think about that before applying for a microloan or any other type of loan. Your ability to pay this loan back so that you don't get yourself caught up in a bind. So, what are the benefits of the microloan program? It's flexible use. The funds can be used for working capital, for inventory, supplies, furniture, fixtures, machinery, equipment, all of those things. Those are typically what startups need to get up and running. And also, one of the other benefits is also support. Many of the intermediary lenders, the banks, offer business training and educational resources. Again, they want their money back. So they're going to provide you the support that you need to pay the revenue back. Another benefit is accessibility. It's designed to support traditionally underserved businesses, including startups, women-owned businesses, and those in low-income areas. So they do take that into account when looking at your microloan application. So, what are the eligibility requirements? You have to be a small business. And when you're a small business, you have to be within the SBA size standards. That means whatever particular industry you're in, say construction, your size standard might be that you cannot have over 50 employees. So you could still be considered small. If you're above the size standard set for your particular industry, then you're not considered small. So you have to be a small business. If you want to know what your size standard is for your industry, you can Google it. What's the size standard for a construction company? What's the size standard for a consulting business? And it'll tell you how many employees, the maximum amount of employees that you can have to be considered a small business. The other thing we talked about is credit worthiness. You have to demonstrate the ability to repay the loan. A loan is a loan is a loan. If you give some money to a friend or a family member, you want to know that they're able to repay the loan, right? Same thing with a bank. They are not in the business of just handing over money and not anticipating repayment. Again, we're going to talk about the intermediary lenders. The banks, have to apply to SBA to become a lender. So they have gone through the vetting process. What are some of the pros to a microloan? So they have competitive interest rates, typically between 8% to 13%. Me personally, I think that's kind of high, but you can shop around for different intermediary lenders and check on their rates because they may vary from lender to lender. Another pro is the long repayment term. You have up to 6 years to repay this loan. So that means you got to get busy. When you get that money, you got to start bringing in that revenue to repay that loan. You have 6 years to do that. Different intermediaries may give a little less or a little more, but typically it's a 6 year repayment plan. The other pro is, like I said before, they have educational support. You have access to training and mentoring programs depending on the lender, and there is no SBA loan fee. So SBA itself does not charge you a fee for your application. Remember, I just said SBA itself does not charge a fee. Again, and I'm going to keep reiterating this, depending on the lender that gives you the loan, there may be some additional fees or charges. So keep that in mind. Now, some of the cons to a microloan is that it's a low loan amount. The maximum is 50,000. And if you have a bigger need than 50,000, then the microloan may not be for you. But if you're a small startup, you just need a couple of things to get you up and running, I think that a microloan is probably going to be good for you. Also, one of the cons is some lenders require collateral. And so that could mean your car, your house, your personal savings. So you would need to talk to the lender about, if any, and what collateral might be required. There's a slow approval process. It can take 30 to 90 days to get your money. So if you're interested in the microloan program, my advice is keep that in mind. Think it says 30 to 90 days, keep 120 out there, because it's typically a little longer than what you anticipate. Start looking for a lender. Talk to lenders about their different programs, their fees, their percentage rates, their educational support, and then make a decision and start the process. So if you have any questions about the SBA microloan program, you can email me at info@thebvdcenter.org and let's chat about it. I'm talking all things business. Again, September is about funding options. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms so you don't miss a thing. See you on the other side.